Gonna tap it, slap it, we'll be good. Alright, welcome back to the channel. We are now officially starting the engine reassembly. So with that, I need to replace the head studs and the cylinder screws in the engine, in the case actually. So for those of you who don't know, this is the cylinder stud. So these were kind of a bitch to get out. I got this one out last night off camera just to try to test some things out. And I'm going to show you what ended up working best for me to get these out. With no heat involved, no torch, nothing. Just some PB blaster and some ingenuity. As you can see, this is the stud, and this is the part that goes into the case, and this is the part where the cylinder screw goes onto. So the best way I found to get these off was to actually take a nylock nut and thread it on upside down, so the nylon locking feature is facing down. And then I took the old cylinder screw, do not use the new ones because this kind of destroys these, and I threaded all the way down until it was touching. And then once this was on, I took a 9/16 wrench and a 1/2 inch 12-point wrench, and I tightened the top while loosening the bottom to get these in a mechanical lock. After I soaked the bottom threads in PB Blaster, I just slowly but surely worked with this 9/16 wrench and loosened these out. And once they were broken, like the tension was broken, easy. Now this was kind of a time-consuming process, but it worked out in the end, because I have read that you should not reuse these, and I have also read that you can, but there's no point in reusing them if they're, you know, $4 a piece. I'm just going to time-lapse through me getting all 8 of these out, because it's uneventful once you know how to do it. So, and then once all 8 of them are out, I will go pick the new ones up and put them in and show you how to do that. It's going to be basically the same process to get them in, except I will be torquing them down to, I think it is 18 foot-pounds. Somewhere between 15 and 20, I think, is what the book calls for. So, here you go. Nice little trick. That is all 8 taken out. Zoom this out just a little bit. Yeah, got all these out. Yeah, I'm going to go pick up the new ones tomorrow. So I should be able to shoot some video of me putting the new ones in and getting them ready for the jugs that I'm getting in a few days. Was able to go pick these up today. I got 8 of these from Harley Davidson, my local dealer here. The part number for these, I don't know which years these work for, but for these specific ones is part number 16834-99 Alpha. And I want to say they come in packs of 4 for like 16 or 17 bucks. So for that price, you can't not do this. Now they do come with some what looks like red Loctite on them already. So I'm not going to add anything to these except maybe a little bit of anti-seize at the bottom, just for future me to worry about. One thing I failed to mention that I am going to do is I have a 3/8 3/8 by 16 tap, and even though these just came out, just as a precaution, I'm going to run this tap through all these holes just to make sure there's no foreign crap in them. Just another thing to take a couple minutes to do that could possibly save your ass in the end. Okay, so these are the two nylock nuts. One is facing down with a nylon down, and then this one has it on top. And basically I would thread this one on until I could get enough to get this all the way on, and then I would lock them together. And then at that point I would just tighten them down with a ratchet, the 9/16 ratchet, until it bottomed out. And then I would just throw the torque wrench on here and tighten it down to, I set it to 18 foot-pounds, which the recommendation is 10 to 20. Pretty straightforward, but all-later on, all-later torque down. So yeah, next stop is the jugs and pistons. Back from the machine shop today. Here's the heads with the compression release valves put in. I also had to get that exhaust stud removed, and of course it's not a standard size anymore because you had to get the old one out. I also got the jugs back, bored to 95-inch. This is the rear jug, this is the front jug. He also chamfered this in here just a little bit, just to make it easier to get the pistons in. I also got the pistons back with the rings on, and the rings have been gapped. And he also put in one side, these don't have a normal sear clip to lock the piston rings in, they have a spiral clip. So he went ahead and put in the one side for me, so all I have to do is what I did over here already, which is put it on, put the wrist pin in, and then put the lock ring on. Because with these pistons you can't put the oil wipers on until you get the wrist pin in. So I'm going to get that ready, because tomorrow a friend's coming over and we are going to put the jugs on this engine. Tonight I'm going to be working on getting the wiper, the oil wiper, and the rings put on to these new pistons, and then getting the actual spiral lock on the pistons to lock them onto the connecting rods. The stock part was just a sear clip that just locked into the piston, holding the wrist pin in place. These are a little more high speed. These are a spiral lock, as you can see, possibly. It looks, these came and they almost look like a keychain. So you stretch them out and you put them in here, and the best thing that I've found to do is start it at the back side as you're looking at it into the groove, and then take a small little screwdriver like this and push it in around in a circle until you get to the end. And it actually isn't hard. I already did one of the pistons. That took a little bit longer to get started, but once you get it started and get it sort of working around into the groove, it's easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these rings put on, and then that's about it for now. Alright, now we have the 2 compression rings, then the oil wiper ring, and then the oil ring, and another wiper ring, and then another ring. So these are all in place. The gaps are offset, so this one is facing the front, this one's facing the back, this one's facing left, this one's facing right, and the same thing on this one. Alright, so that's going to do it for the stud install, piston install, and piston ring install. Like I said, I did kind of an unconventional thing with getting the studs in, but it really worked. So this is going to be a pretty large series of videos going into the engine rebuilding, because the next video is going to be the jugs and heads. The video after that is going to be the cam chest, and then the one after that probably is going to be the rocker box and rocker box covers, and then hopefully the startup. So looking at like a 4, 5, 6 part video, or 6 part series of videos, I mean. But a lot of good information is going to get put out, and like I said before, everything comes out of the service manual. So it's all good information, it's all pertinent information. And like I said, the next video is going to be the jug install and the head install. We had to kind of do some tricky things with a ring compressor. We weren't actually able to use a normal ring compressor. We actually ended up having to buy a new one and then cutting it and sort of fabricating it to work for what we needed. So as always, thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing, all that jazz.